Hey guys, welcome to another top 10 list, and since it's Halloween season, welcome to my top 10 favourite movies that I like to watch during Halloween. I'll see what I can do for some other top 10 lists on other videos for horror films and anything Halloween related, but yeah, these are the top 10 films that whenever it's Halloween time, I watch whenever I can during Halloween season, rather it be Halloween themed or just horror films, so let's get to it. And for top 10 list, here are some honourable mentions. And my honourable mentions are Paranorman, Fright Night Original and Remake, Poltergeist, Carrie the Original, The Shining, Child's Play franchise, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Gremlins, Zombieland 1 and 2, Little Shop of Horrors, and An American Werewolf of London. All good films that I like to watch during Halloween season. This could have been top 10 list, but what did make my top 10 was my number 10, which is Coraline. Coraline is one of my favourite Laker films and definitely one of my favourite stop-motion animated movies. It has its creepy moments that work well, especially with the villain, the Beldam. Henry Selick did a good job directing this film, and I think the characters are great, especially Coraline herself, voiced by Dakota Fanning. I enjoy the story, the animation, the music. It's a great film that I love to watch when it's Halloween time, so yeah. Coming at number 9 is Beetle Juice. Great film and definitely one of Tim Burton's best movies. It's his second film that he directed after Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Good film, by the way. And he knocked it out of the park again. Loved the performances from Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin, what's her name? Gina Davis, Catherine O'Hara, and Jeffrey Jones. The makeup and costume designs are brilliant. It's silly, it's campy, it's creepy, and it works well. So yeah, it's Beetlejuice. Number 8, The Evil Dead Trilogy. Another awesome action horror movies, with the first two being about people in the woods who raise the dead. Army of Darkness is also fucking awesome. Sam Raimi's direction is fantastic with making it over the top, but it works. Bruce Campbell is badass as Ash Williams, fuck man, yeah. The villains are excellent, and I also do enjoy the 2013 film and this year's Evil Dead Rise, but the original Evil Dead Trilogy is one of my favourites to watch during Halloween. And speaking of Halloween, number 7 is the Halloween franchise. I'm mostly going with all of them except for Resurrection and the Rob Zombie films. Those 3 suck. But the rest of them I do like, even if some are better than others. The first one is definitely the best one and one of my favourite John Carpenter films. I have a guilty pleasure for the third one, Season of the Witch. And for the David Gordon Green ones, I actually don't hate Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, but the 2018 one was the best of those 3. But like the others, I enjoy this franchise. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is great as Laurie Strode. Michael Myers is one of the best horror movie icon villains, and most films in this franchise represent Halloween. Anyways, number 6 is The Fly. Solid sci-fi horror film directed by David Cronenberg. The original Fly from the 50s is pretty good, but I love this movie more. The practical effects are excellent. Jeff Goldblum is brilliant as Seth Brundle. Gina Davis is good too. I love the story about a scientist who turns into a fly hybrid creature when one of his experiments went wrong. It has a clever idea and definitely something I love to watch during Halloween, and check it out if you haven't yet. It's a good film. Number 5 is one of my favourite John Carpenter films, which is probably my favourite, which is The Thing. Definitely my favourite movie from the guy himself, my second favourite horror film of all time, and my favourite movie remake. The Thing from Another World is a decent film, but this one's even better with its deep and more thought-provoking. Since it's deep, it's more thought-provoking. The practical effects are excellent. Kurt Russell and Keith David are both fantastic in this film. The Ennio Morricone music score is really good. Definitely one of his best. The ending is one of the best horror movie endings ever. I love The Thing. It's a perfect horror film. Anyways, number 4 is Psycho. Talked about this movie a lot in my top 10 Alfred Hitchcock movies list, and it's also my number 1 favourite horror film of all time. All the performances are great, especially from Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, and Vera Miles. The shots and music score are very iconic. The story is also amazingly structured and told. What else do I need to say that hasn't been said about Psycho already? It's a perfect movie. Coming in number 3 is The Exorcist. Another one of the greatest horror films ever of all time. Has a great story about the demonic possession of a young girl and her mother to rescue her through an exorcism by 2 Catholic priests. It's scary, but it works. William Friedkin's direction is great. May he rest in peace. The performances from Max von Sydow, Linda Blair, and Ellen I'll put it up there, are brilliant. The makeup is great. The music score is haunting. And why the hell did The Exorcist Believer, which just came out this month, need to exist? I have no idea, but the original will always be a classic. Coming number 2 is the Ghostbusters Trilogy. Huge fan of these films. I cannot wait for the untitled sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is coming next year actually, but I love these 3 films. The 2016 reboot I actually do not hate, but the original films are definitely better. The first one is one of the greatest comedy films ever. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, rest in peace, and Ernie Hudson are brilliant. The second one I enjoy too. I enjoy the second one as well, yeah. Ghostbusters Afterlife, though, is the best one since the first film. And I don't know what else to say that hasn't been said already other than who you're going to call Ghostbusters. Everyone knows it. But my number 1 favourite movie that I like to watch during Halloween season is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Easily the number 1 for me. It's one of my favourite films to watch during Halloween, but it's also one of my favourite Christmas films since it's both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie, so I can watch it anytime during October, November, or December. What was I going to say? Easily one of my favourite stop-motion animated films. I like the way Henry Selick directed it, the way Tim Burton wrote the story. I love the characters such as Jack Skellington and Sally. The music by Danny Elfman's amazing. And it's A Nightmare Before Christmas. Everyone knows it, and that's all I need to say. So yeah, those are the top 10 movies that I like to watch during Halloween. So what are your favourite movies to watch during the Halloween season? Tell me down in the comments, and don't forget to click the like button if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and may the force be with you always.